Welcome to Early Nights. Soon to be the number one sleep resource in the world, I am your host, Andre Joseph Dipka. Welcome to the show. The mission of Early Nights is to restore the quality of your life, one early night at a time, by helping you fall back in love with sleep. How you doing this week? We're going to be talking about something that all of us can do. Hopefully we can do. Which is get a little more sun exposure. I had the luxury of spending some time down the shore with family this week, and I just noticed how much of an increase my levels of REM and deeper sleep were. I pay attention to things like how long I've slept, how deep I've slept, how long have I spent in deep sleep. And being at the beach, getting much more sun and fresh air, and having my feet in sand, being grounded, I noticed that last night especially, my sleep was just so deep, so restorative, so healing. And what you'll tend to find is a lot of these urges, emotions, doubts, depressions, anxieties stem from a biological standpoint of not being at a high level of health. And so, as many people do identify as being anxious or depressed, a lot of that does come to your personal health. And of course, when we take care of things, fundamental things like sleep quality, our bodies are more equipped to deal with stress, adversity, and challenges. And so, picking up on the fact, and it being such a warm, hot summer day actually, and it being sunny, I wanted to talk a little bit about the sun. The sun is something that has been demonized, as of many other things in today's world, but it is identified as something that is dangerous, cancerous, problematic. It ages you. It can kill you. Right? And so there's a lot of fear around the sun. A lot of people wearing umbrellas when they go, or having umbrellas when they go outside, putting on lots of sunscreen, which there's going to be a time and a place for, I believe. But what we don't look at is what happens when you don't get any sun. The sun is essential for regulating, as of many other habits that I talk about, your hormones, your circadian rhythm, your testosterone being a hormone. So circadian rhythm, sleep, which is help with sleep regulation, bone density, teeth health. And I point back to the places like the blue zones. The blue zones are a place where people live the longest on average. They have the most centenarians. This wind is like going crazy here. But something they all have in common is they have plenty of natural light. And so we all agree that during certain seasons, we get seasonal depression because it's colder, there's less sun. But when you go to places like I've been, like Hawaii, you start to live a lot more naturally because of things like the sunshine. You want to get up earlier because it's still cool, but then you also downgrade and start to relax around 7-8 p.m. and go to sleep because you've gotten your fill of life. You've gotten your fill of air, water, socializing, and it becomes natural to even want to go to sleep early. As you know, you spend way too much looking at your screen, messing up that circadian rhythm with blue light. What if I told you the way to regulate your sleep now is to get some natural light in your eyes earlier in the morning? Does this mean that you have to stare into the sun? No. When I say get the sunlight into your eyes, the sun is over here right now. I could look here. There's sunshine being reflected off the grass, off the trees. I don't have to have it directly in my eyes, but even just being out in sunshine will help to regulate your circadian rhythm early in the morning. And what it does is it starts a special process that down-regulates your dopamine, your hormones, your melatonin later in the day so you actually feel tired. Now, we all feel hungry. We all feel angry. We all feel overwhelmed. But what if you felt tired, not while you're at work, but when you have access to your bed? That is the goal. The goal is to want to sleep because you're properly tired, but feel energized and awake when you go to work or when you wake to go after the day. How do you feel when you wake up? Do you feel like depressed about the day, or do you feel like you want to attack the day? I promise you, get some sunlight early in the morning when the rays are not too strong, not too harmful. Don't look directly at the sun, but even just getting it on your skin and come back to more nature. There's some good science, there's some good natural thought process around health. Let's use some common sense when it comes to these things. You know, all life starts because of the sun. Maybe we need a little more. Be smart about it. Take care of your diet, because if you eat well, the sun doesn't harm you to the same level as when you're really unhealthy and eating a lot of junk and chemicals. Eliminate the chemicals, get a little more sun, and watch your sleep dramatically improve. This is Early Nights. I want you to stay rested. If you guys want to check out why Alexander Usyk uses the champion's recovery, click here. And if you want to find out my personal story around how addicted to caffeine I got, click here.